KOMP 92.3, the rock station. It's Carlota,
Sparks. What's happening?
We're rocking in Rio, something like that. Las Vegas, and Sparks and I's favorite band of the bill, hands down, no doubt about it. Deftones. We have Chino. Dude, we're professionals, but we're fans too, straight up. So.
Thank you.
Yeah. New album. We're excited. Late September. Is that what we're looking at?
I think so. Yeah, it's looking that way. Been working on it for off and on for about a year now. So getting pretty close. Just finishing up some. Writing some words and getting the last little bit of it finished up, but it's good. It's going good.
That's kind of quick for you guys. You're not getting fined this time or anything like that?
No, we did once though.
Yeah,
we did one time, but we learned our lesson from that. So we have a pretty good work ethic that we've adopted over the last few album cycles, which is pretty much just us getting in a room together. We kind of don't go in with any preconceived ideas of what we want to do, other than just like us getting together and we start making noise, and then songs just kind of pop up, you know.
Fantastic. You know, we were on the phone with Jerry Cantrell not too long ago.
Yes, sir.
And he was like, actually, I'm in the studio with Deftones right now. And I was like, dude, new album. How does it sound? He wouldn't leak any information, but you've collaborated with other people before in the past. You've had people on. Yes. Maynard to say, for one. Yes. Is Jerry on the new album, or is he just kind of like just weighing his opinion?
Jerry is on the new album. I didn't know if he wanted anybody to know or not, but I guess I'm spilling the beans. Yeah, he is. He came in and there's this one track that in the demo stages of it, I was like, there's this hole in there, and I don't know if in Deftones songs there's not really any guitar solos per se, but there was this section in there where not necessarily a typical solo, but it had an area where it could use something like what he does, especially. With just his style and the way he plays guitar, and I was just like, so I sent him the track, and then like he sent me a demo of it back like 2 days later, and so yeah, when we recorded the song, he came in and laid it down, and it's awesome. It's like you hearing a Deftones song, but all of a sudden a little bit of Alice in Chains sneaked its way in there, and it's kind of neat. I mean, as a fan, I was just sitting back like, a little tear came out of my eye when it was done.
I read somewhere that you feel that you guys challenged yourself on this record, that you kind of decided to hang a couple lefts and rights.
Yeah, I mean that's the what we try to do. I think with every record, we try to not just follow any formulas that we've sort of learned through making records. And anytime something sounds a little formulated, we sort of like to say, okay, well, this is the easy way path, or we know this works, but why don't we try this? And just doing so, it kind of keeps it interesting, I think, for us. The challenge of going into the unknown is I think what makes it fun for us to still make records after all these years.
Have you? Let's go back to like Jerry Cantrell comes in the studio. You guys are like, whoa, this is amazing. Have you guys ever had someone come in the studio and they didn't hear what you were hearing, or they didn't get it? And have you like blown out a track or reworked some music according to what that person has said?
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, most of the times when we've had guests, it's always been sort of like a real sporadic thing. I mean, nothing that we really thought about too much. Even the Jerry thing was like I thought about it like for 1 second, and then I just sent him the track, and then like he's just sent it back, like lucky us that he was willing to do it. But the Maynard thing at the same time, like we were hanging out a lot at the time. He was working on the Perfect Circle record, and we were just kind of bouncing stuff back and forth, like listening to he was playing me a lot of that stuff early on, and I was he was actually working with us a little bit on the White Pony record, and that song we had written while he was there in the studio, but it was probably like a few months later, and I was actually recording the vocals for it, and I was like, you want to come in and sing on this? And it was really cool. Like that thing, for instance, we actually sat like on the desk right next to each other, and he would write a line, and he passed the paper over to me, and I'd write a line, and I'd pass the paper back to him. And so it was a really organic way of writing the song. It wasn't like, it was like we really, really wrote the words together and, shared that moment. It was kind of cool.
Do you find, and I got to tell you, there's a CD that has not left my CD player in my car in 6 months, and that would be the new Crosses record.
Oh, right on.
Do you find that because you do have that outlet, that it's really a cool sound, that with the new Deftones record, did you kind of go in like, okay, I can, you know what I mean? I have that, that expression.
But not really, because when I'm making records, I'm not really thinking like I feel like I'm the same person no matter what records I'm making. Obviously, the music's a little different, but I still approach things the same way all the time. You know what I mean? I don't go in saying, oh well, this project's a little more new wavy, so I need to sing new wavy on it. You know what I mean? I still sing like how I'd sing on whatever. It just so happens that it's different people and it's different songs and different instruments used to generate the sounds. But no, I mean yeah, I mean I guess that answers your question. Yeah.
I don't mean to deter the interview or anything like that, but are you wearing the original smartwatch?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Is that a calculator watch?
Yes, it is. Sometimes you got to go over some figures, and you got to.
Old school.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I actually tried to.
Does it work?
My wife laughed at me the other day because like I was actually trying to figure something out the other day. She's like, "You're not really using that calculator, are you?" I was like, "Yes." And the buttons are tiny. I don't know if you can see it. So you have to like But
does it actually calculate? I mean,
yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah, it works.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
What
So
happened?
Caught my eye.
But the best part about it is it's like a $20 watch. So I've lost a lot of watches and expensive things before. So it's like if I lose this, it's $20. I get another one.
One thing for the music with the Deftones and Crosses, and I think it's you, clearly, the common denominator in both, vocally, word-wise, you're very romantic. Am I right?
I don't know. I think the music is sort of, guides, I guess, that guides me that place. I mean, I don't know. I grew up listening to a lot of what was the new romantic music at the time, too, whether like Duran Duran, stuff like that. And Depeche Mode and like a lot of new wave stuff that I guess had that in the music, and so I guess in some roundabout way I'm sort of inspired by that, by the way that I write. But it's also a good contrast, I think, too. Like a lot of the most heavy music is pretty much like it's just really angry at the world, right. You know what I mean? And I guess I have some of that in me, a lot more when I was younger. But as I get older, I can maybe relate to that romantic side of myself than the angry kid in me. You know what I mean? So.
Because there's a strong sexuality underneath the Deftones, for me anyways, and Crosses. That's what I get out of it. Wow, yeah. And I think, wow, I wonder if his wife, like she's a lucky lady. Like, you must be like the...
She don't even listen to my music.
That's fantastic. I was watching this interview where I think it was Madonna was like the first celebrity that you met when you were really young. Yeah. What was a celebrity that you met that was kind of like... I'm a huge fanboy of Deftones, so this is a big moment for me. Yeah. What was like a big moment for you?
You know what? When I met PJ Harvey, and we played this show, and it's called Roskilde Festival. It's in it's Roskilde, I guess. And I didn't know she was going to be there. Nick Cave was playing too, and she was performing with them, and it was the first time that I literally almost passed out. Like I was I grew up listening to her music like constantly, like one of my favorite artists still to this day. But yeah, it was just like I was walking through catering, she was walking the other way, and I just ran face to face to her, and like my knees got weak. It was kind of funny. I've never felt that, like that flesh or that
that fanboy thing.
Yeah,
Starstruck.
No, I didn't right at first. I just like saw her, and then I just freaked out, and then I didn't say anything, and then a little bit later I asked my tour manager if he would knock on her dressing room door and see if I can take a photo with her. So I did. And then like years later, I the same kind of thing happened we were in Australia, and on the Big Day Out tour, and I go and get in the elevator to go down to the lobby, and I get in the elevator, and I go down, it stops, and the floor next door to me, and she gets on the elevator. So it's just her and I in the elevator, and it was like another like kind of a weird
moment.
Yeah. What do you say? Like,
I don't know. I didn't know what to say. I just kind of like froze up. Yeah.
Oh, unreal.
What is your proudest moment?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I think every day that goes by that we're still, a band that is still the same dudes that are friends, that have been friends for so long. We still, that overall thing is just like that makes me happy. I feel like if there's any big goal that we've ever achieved, I think we're still achieving it right now by being somewhat relevant after 30 years of being a band together. So,
I mean, to have Madonna, discover you basically right? I mean, Madonna.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I have like a funny picture of me like as a kid with the Madonna. You know, I'm sitting there breakdancing with the Madonna T-shirt on, whatever, and you know, just to think that like I didn't, you know, to think back then that one day that, you know, she would discover our band and be into it, and it's pretty cool.
And to sign to you a huge deal that you guys are still, I mean, maybe not the same deal, but that you'd make this many records.
Yeah, I had no idea, you know. Yeah.
Chino, thank you so much.
dude,
I mean, really appreciate your time. We love your band.
Thanks, man.
Right on, guys. Thanks.
And hey, it's Carlota and KOMP. Sparks.